So how you been?
I am fantastic. I
And
I
great.
really I really couldn't be better. I mean, I could be, I guess, but I got the attitude of gratitude, and
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
am living one day at a time. That's my new goal. I just have to focus on today, and that's it. That's not that much, just today.
Wow, that's a
And
great attitude.
that is the beauty of the program I joined called Overeaters Anonymous. And you only have to worry about today. We can't change yesterday. We don't
Mm,
know if we'll be here tomorrow. So they kind of like mimic Alcoholics Anonymous, where they're like, I just have to not drink just today and just only today. Because you don't have to worry about tomorrow. We can't change the past. So like they're like, we
yeah,
just work on one day at a time. And they're like with Overeaters Anonymous, you just have to worry about today. So you make a plan, or you don't make a plan,
right.
but you just worry about one day at a time. Because I was just getting myself so caught up with what am I going to do in the future and all this drastic thinking, where I really just have to let go, let God, and focus on one day at a time. And that one day that I do have, I can break it into 1 hour at a time or 1 minute. And here I am, and I'm feeling so relieved and so glad my contest is over and I've met my
Yeah.
goal. And now all I like to do is just worry about one day at a time. And it's not even worry, it's just live it and enjoy it. And I'm feeling great.
Wow, that's awesome. That's
Yes.
powerful. I mean, even as you were
Yeah.
talking, thinking like, well, yeah, that is, you just worry about like eating, worry about eating today,
And it's
eating.
not even worry. It's like you
Yeah.
don't have to worry, because let a higher power than yourself worry. There's
Mm,
no need to worry. You just let it go. Like this is a helium balloon. Let go of that string. I was worrying a lot about what I was eating. I don't need to worry anymore.
wow.
It's not a problem. I don't need to worry. And then you just relax and you say, I just have to think about today. I'm just going to think about it, but not think, I'm not going to worry. It's done.
Mm,
And that is a great relief. And, one day at a time. And you can decide on that one day what your plan is. What's your plan of action? It's only you. It's like, what are you going to do today about today? What are you going to do? You can worry.
yeah.
You can beat yourself up. Or you can say, well, here's what I'd like to do, and here's how I'm going to do it, and let's just take action, and that's it. And guess what I learned? I can say this phrase now: I made a mistake, but I'm not a mistake.
Mm,
And how
mm,
about that?
yeah.
I made a mistake, but I'm not a mistake.
Wow.
And I was like,
You've been
wow.
learning a lot lately. Wow, that's amazing.
I've been working on it. I spent 25, 35 years of my life worrying about my future, where I
Mm,
only needed to take one day at a time.
yeah. Wow.
And
So,
the burden's being lifted. So like I've had a shift, and this vacation, this contest is over with. It was so stressful, it was so extreme, but I did
mm,
it, and I've proven it to myself over and over and over that I can just white knuckle through anything.
yeah.
But I don't want to live my life like that. Like I just want to take one day at a time.
Wow.
It's a lot better.
So take me through what you did to meet your goal.
Cole Robinson, if you're watching or if this gets to you, like, thank you, brother. Like,
Mm,
there's a lot of women, especially, that hate him.
mm,
I don't.
mm.
I
Yeah,
he may
I
have
don't
changed.
either.
He may have changed my life. He may have given me my life back.
Mm,
I had gained 100 pounds, and I've lost 70, because I was open minded enough to think about fasting,
mm-hmm,
autophagy, healing, and a lot of the things he said. He's just absolutely right. Like, just
mm-hmm,
stop eating. Like, you
mm-hmm,
don't have to make it that complicated. Just figure it out and learn to turn off that insulin and
mm-hmm,
build up, or just start a 48 or a 72-hour fast. So
mm-hmm,
my contest, with the help of my coach Corey, a lot of help. I mean, we went through a phase where he was done coaching me, and I
mm-hmm,
was like, fine, we're done. But at the very end, I was like, Corey, please, brother, help me. Like, please, just be there to let me vent. And I just white knuckled it and said, okay, I'm going to do a 3-day fast. And
mm-hmm,
I did. Steak juice. Then
mm-hmm.
I did a 3-day fast. I was like, well, I've done that. It wasn't that bad. Did
Yeah.
another 3-day fast. Not that bad.
Mm-hmm,
Did a 4-day fast. Not that bad. Like, all it was like, get your mind busy, get your snake juice on, don't eat any carbs on your refeeds. You start to lose the
mm-hmm,
craving, and you get so mentally motivated. You keep seeing the scale go down. After the 4-day fast, I said, how about another 4-day fast?
Yeah.
Corey said, yes, do it. I know you're capable. I said, I know I'm capable. I just did. I did another 4-day fast. So I did 3-day, 3-day, 4-day, 4-day. I said, well, let's try a 5-day. I did a refeed. It was vegetables and meat. I said, let's try a 5-day. I mean, I've done the 4-day, right? We've proven I can do that. Oh, yeah, you can do it. I've got 70 pounds of body fat. It's not like I couldn't spare any, your body fat is food. For those who don't know about fasting, like your body fat is food. You're not really starving. And I was drinking electrolytes. That's the dangerous part. Had that covered. So Cole Robinson's plan and, all those people that I've watched all these YouTube channels. So then I did a 5-day. And then I said, let's do a 6-day. Got my goal.
Wow.
Like so simple, so easy. In the middle of the night, I woke up. I went to the bathroom, got on the scale. I was like, oh my God, I'm 177. I only have to be 180.6. I texted Corey in Canada, but he was sound asleep. We're in a different time zone. And I thought, I don't need to text Corey. I'm getting on the scale. I got on the scale. I said, it's 3 a.m. I got to weigh in. I didn't know. I was by myself, and my kids weren't home. I'm single. I had no one around, no family, no friends, no neighbors, whatever. I thought, who can I call to come film me weighing in? Because I got to end this. I want to eat, So I called my coworker. She's 66 years old. She's one of my pharmacy technicians. I said, Linda, would you please come over at 6 a.m, weigh me and film me, and let's send it in and be done with it. She's heard about it for 6 months. And she said, sure. She came right over. We did a practice. Wow. She did it. We sent it, and they said, you've won. And that's the end of the story.
Awesome.
And I haven't got my money yet, but they said, you're approved. You've won. $2,790 is, I have to wait 13 days or something, and a $7 fee and income tax for Uncle Sam. I found out I'll be paying taxes on winning $3,000. That's okay.
Okay.
I'll pay.
Yeah.
But I did it. I did it. Now, wow. Was it easy? Not necessarily. Was it fun? Right. Kinda. Yeah, you get a little bit onto a high. You get really into it, and you're just you're crushing it. But there were times during it where I felt weak, and I felt like I wanted to lay down, and I thought this isn't worth it, and what the, and there were people saying you're gonna die and all this. That part was stressful. And now I'm like, okay, I can just go one day at a time. I don't need to do the extremes, but I can if I want to. Fair.
Right.
I kind of loved it, honestly.
There was one of your videos I watched, and I was looking at you real close, and I was like, wow, she's come down. I see that weight. You look so tired. And I started to text you a few times, like, sis, it's okay to eat a little something. It's okay to lay down. I know you working a lot. You told me, like, damn, I feel. And now I understand why people were saying the same shit to me. And it was kind of me up a little bit. But it was like, wow, the fasting, it really, yes, you get lean quick.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like a healthy lean after a while, and especially fasting yourself so hard.
You get dehydrated.
Yeah.
And that's where I felt like I had to just lay down, and I felt weak. And I didn't feel like this energetic plump look to my face. And I felt, and even my own cousins and all them saw me and said, we were getting kind of worried about you in those videos. Like, you were looking a little pale and so tired. And I was like, I was tired. It was a little bit of a stress on my body.
Heck, it's a big stress.
Yeah. And
days, have you ever done that ever in your life? Back to back to back to back fasting?
Not like that, but I had procrastinated, and I knew that I work best under pressure, and I just wanted that pressure to be like, just finish it and be done, I know you guys have been through it. I watched you guys where I saw more Michelle than you, where it was like, like that morning weigh, and like, hey guys, I just weighed in, I'm down 6 pounds, and there's this look of your face of like, I'm exhausted. Like, I saw it in your faces where I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're like, hi, you're excited, but you're like,
but like, what I'm thinking though, as far as like fasting ourselves so much, the back to back, like, that's something your body's never been through before.
Exactly.
I do believe that our bodies do fight us mentally and physically to
Mhm.
get back to that comfort zone. That is a real thing.
Mhm.
And so at this point, I'm really feeling and wishing that I would have went at it gentler from the beginning.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
just the back hardcore back to back, but just seeing that number come down. I mean,
Mhm.
it came down 19 pounds the first
Mhm.
time we fasted. It's like that in itself for a fat girl, someone who's been over 200 pounds for more than 20 years,
Mhm.
that's better than drugs, better than sex, better than any of it to just, oh, to do it. And I could do it.
Like I'm a pharmacist, so I deal with patients day in and day out who want to talk to me about what third or fourth medicine thing can they go on to help their blood pressure or their diabetes when they really are just 200 pounds overweight. And
Yeah.
they want to come to me and say, but what other medicine could I try? And I want to be like, stop blaming eating, but I
Yeah.
can't be Cole Robinson. I have to be like, well, like I can't
And
say
you
that.
legally tell them to or advise them in that way?
I legally have to be very careful what I say. I'm in the business of selling medicines.
Hmm.
I can't offend people or have them write an email to corporate that I've been
Well,
disrespectful.
well, yeah, no, I don't mean like come at them gangster. I'm talking about
Yeah.
suggesting to them, well, maybe you could look
Hmm.
into diet, nutrition. There's also fasting, intermittent fasting, because you don't have to go days and
Yeah.
days without eating,
Yeah. I've
you know?
tried to say, have you ever tried intermittent fasting where you cut off your eating windows?
Mm-hmm.
Or I sometimes I'll say, have you ever tried eliminating dairy? I've said, have you ever tried, because they want to talk about what medicine could I add to my 13 prescriptions to
Yeah.
help me. They
Uh,
don't even think about the fact that it's what they're eating or how they're eating, or that they're 200 pounds overweight. And it's
mhm.
like, how do you tell someone without offending them, hurting their feelings, or having a nasty email going to corporate?
Yeah.
So
Well,
I try to very carefully motivate them. And sometimes I'll say, well, I've lost over 50
there you go.
pounds through a
Yeah.
little bit of an easy walking program and just cutting off my eating time at 9 p.m. How I started, and now my blood pressure went down, my weight. And they'll say, really? Or one guy, I just simply said, have you ever checked out YouTube? I said, search natural ways to heal type 2 diabetes without medicine. That's all I
Hmm.
said, because it's going to be in there. And
Yeah.
it's diet and exercise. Like,
Hmm.
I don't want to get in trouble, but I so wish I could be Cole Robinson sometime and be that tough love and be like, stop eating, and then they're ringing up like 24 things of M&Ms in front of me, and I'm like, oh my god, with the 12 pack of beer and cigarette. It's like, you can't. I was there once. I didn't know what the problem was. I was the problem.
Well, yeah. That's why we just have to keep on sharing our stories and hope that people will search it out. And I love that you tell your story because to me, that's
Hmm.
the most powerful of all,
It is.
is
If
to
you can
hear
help someone
and
else by being
they're
honest,
looking
like,
at you.
yeah, I'm taking accountability and taking responsibility for my life. I was eating too much. That's how I
I'm,
got
I'm
fat, and I
sure
wasn't moving enough. It's so simple.
be about the health, not the number
Relax,
scale.
just lower stress. You hang on to water and don't
Oh
go
man, like
crazy.
crazy.
You hang on to water like crazy when you're stressed. We all have stress in our lives, every single one of us. We all have a lot going on. No one's exempt from stress.
Oh yeah.
So, and I know my advice to anyone who says, I mean, now that I've done this, people are reaching out to me like crazy, asking me, how do I lose weight? I said, well, here's a couple starters. Get away from carbs.
Yeah.
Avoid. How about not never again, but
Right.
avoid. Fill up your plate with vegetables and meat. Like, that's low carb. I decrease carbs.
Hmm.
Walk a little. Get rid of drinking pop and soda.
Yes, that's
Don't
my.
even drink diet. Like, these are like, if you could do and cut off your eating at 9 o'clock at night. Like, it's not that hard, just 9 o'clock. And if
Yeah.
you can do that for 2 or 3 weeks, go to 8 o'clock. Do that for 2 or 3 weeks, go to 7 o'clock. Do that for 3 weeks. You can't do it, go another week. Like,
Yeah.
if you have it right here, it's not that hard. Like, if I can go 6 days with no food, you can cut off at 9 o'clock. Like, it's just all as difficult as you make it. You have to want it.
There you go.
And
Wow.
then for me, it's like, well, if I have a special event and I'm going to be in a wedding and I got to drop 10 pounds, I will up my walking and I will up my fasting window. Instead of a 24, I might do a 48.
Mm-hmm.
I might do a 72. If I'm uncomfortable, I'll break the fast with vegetables and meats.
Mm-hmm.
Back on. Like, it's just
Yeah.
so easy. Once you go through the hell, it really becomes
Mm-hmm.
easier.
Yeah.
It took me 6 months of work, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I did it in a way. I'm glad.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, if nothing else, we can say that we've done it, we've learned
Hmm.
it, and now you can speak on it, which that's
I feel so proud of myself. I feel strong mentally. Like, I did this, you know?
that's awesome. Okay, so I want to ask you now. Okay, I
Hmm.
want to take you back to your first, second, third week, or all your refeeds. When you had
Hmm.
your meals, how were you, your mind, how were you feeling? What was going on?
I was so proud of myself and I enjoyed my refeeds because once you take away food, everything tastes so good. So
Mm.
I would go to Applebee's and order a steak with some sauteed onions and mushrooms, and I would do broccoli with butter, and it tasted like the best food you've ever tasted. And I loved every minute of it. Where when you're eating every day, all day, and grazing in between with sweets and sugars, your taste buds aren't very good. Like, everything's kind of dull. And then you start to
I don't know.
fast, and
Taste buds
everything
are
tastes
pretty good though,
amazing.
sis. I don't know. I live with a pastry chef who makes heavenly. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, made Michelle promise that she won't bring any of that in the house because it's hard to say no. Even though now I'm feeling pretty good, like because the thing is, I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to be
No,
tired.
you don't want to
I
feel bad. You want to
building
be
again. I need to keep going. I can't build a shadow if I don't get it together.
like, when we're eating or binging, we are numbing out our feelings. We're trying to get away from the reality of our life for just a moment, even if it's
Mhm.
temporary in 20, 30 seconds or 30 minutes of the food coma. We're just trying to get away from the rest of our lives to get high, you know?
Yeah.
And when
I
you're
do get a high if
fasting,
I get enough sugar in. I do get of like
oh,
physical.
yeah. I went to a seminar on addiction last night, and a clinical psychologist talked about cocaine and heroin and drugs and alcohol. And there was a couple of us there about overeating, and we looked at each other like, "Aren't you going to mention food? Like,
Hmm.
aren't we something here? Those of us who get a little bit high on sugar, because that does numb you out. And
Hmm.
when you're fasting and you cannot numb out your feelings anymore, you do cry, and it is cathartic. And a lot of raw things come up that you have suppressed for years,
Hmm.
that you were afraid of, or a relived memory from childhood or a relationship or whatever happened. But you have to learn, and my coach helped me learn to be uncomfortable and
Hmm.
just let it simmer and let it come up and cry. Just cry. So our
Wow.
bodies are amazing how you can adapt.
Yeah.
Um, but my goal is avoid carbs,
Hmm.
um, get myself to exercise. And I don't mean P90X or the
Yeah.
gym. I just mean move the body.
Yeah.
Move, just move. Walking, gardening,
Hmm.
anything. Just keep from sitting a lot. Um, keep
Yeah. I
things in
definitely want
balance.
resistance bands. Just the at home with the arms resistance bands.
Mm-hmm.
And those
Mm-hmm.
are awesome. I think just doing that, get a
When
routine.
I started, I sat in a recliner. I was so heavy and so tired that I would just do
Mm.
this, and do 20, and then do 20 more, and then at the end of the night you did 80. And I was so tired, I would lay on the ground and do leg lifts, and I would, start with a 2-pound dumbbell. You can start somewhere. I've looked up YouTube workouts for the
Mm.
morbidly obese where you can just sit in a chair, because people say, well, I can't do exercise videos. They can't walk, and
Mm.
anybody can start somewhere.
Came down a lot of weight. I mean, you look so different.
Yeah.
You're doing so great.
Thank you.
You
I
know.
feel so good, and I'm in like recovery where I'm like, I'm gonna just mellow for 30 days, and I'm staying away from the scale. I'm gonna eat nutritiously. I'm gonna
Yeah.
exercise lightly, and I'm gonna feel good and smile and be happy and
Yeah.
work on this and keep good there. And I'm not gonna binge or go off the deep end. And if at the end of 30 days I want to lose more, I'll get back on to losing. But right now, I just want to recover, get rehydrated, and enjoy my summer a little bit and relax, because it's been very stressful for
Yeah.
6 months, and I'm feeling really great. So
Yeah.
I had a little tiny temptation today where this lady that also unhealthy wage like me, where she got $3,000. She put a thing on Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm looking for 3 team members to win $10,000, and we have to be a group. We all have to lose 35 pounds, and we each have to bet $33 a month for 3 months, and nobody can mess up." And I had that tempting, greedy, like, "Ooh, I want more money," and it was
Yeah.
such an
Ooh,
addictive,
especially
like.
you know how to get it down.
I know how to do it. I like the idea of the money. I can also
That
recruit
pressure.
people, and I like the pressure. And I know I could lose
That
another
might be a good
25
sign. Yeah, I
pounds.
might have to
And
do it with you, sis. No.
I know. And she's like, nobody sign up with me that's going to screw up, because you can have people sign up and then they fail and they binge and they go off the deep end, and you're out the money because your team member didn't.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
$33 a month to win
How many
10,000.
people
And then
be on your team?
I think it's like groups of 3. I
Okay.
don't know, but I had this temptation, and then I said, "Stop. Just you're trying to get away from this. Like, calm down." Like, it was greed. It was total greed. I wanted that money, but I don't need the stress.
Yeah.
But it was a temptation that I was like, "Oh, that's a knock," and I was like,
Well, that's awesome. Like, yeah. So, yeah.
maybe after 30 days I'll reconsider. I just because it is
And
exciting. You're like, "Oh,
I mean, I would be totally down with you to do
I know."
days to do a couple rounds of fasting like that because you've given our body rest from it. And,
Plus, when
and
you have 3
push,
people that you trust, that you're like, "Well, I know
yeah,
Beverly can do it. I know Joy,
yeah.
Michelle."
Even
Yeah.
intermittent fasting is becoming a big thing. Like I was listening to the
Hmm.
radio the other day and they were talking about it. So it is really picking up steam.
Yeah.
Are becoming more aware now. A lot of people don't want to change their diet; they're just cramming whatever they want into, you know, a window, a feeding window. But
Yeah.
honestly, even Dr. Funk says that's even better than
Yeah.
just all day long. We just got to get away from the grazing all day
Give
long.
give your body a break on the insulin. You don't even
Yeah,
have to diet, just change the time
yeah, oh,
and see what happens. Experiment with it. You don't have to make it difficult.
yeah. So with your fasting, your one meal a day, have you picked
Yeah.
a certain time?
Yeah, it's usually at night, like 7 or 9 p.m. And
Wow, that's
sometimes if I'm like with family or whatever, I'll be like 4:30. And
wow,
then the next day I don't eat till 4:30 again. And then because of all the fasting I did, I'm not hungry.
wow.
Um,
I'm hungry at that.
I'm not hungry because my ghrelin reset, but Corey keeps saying, you better watch because you can build that hunger right back up by just introducing more often of eating. And he's right. So I'm in that sweet spot now where I'm like, this
So
is
is he
so easy, it's almost
you
boring.
does he want you to do some 48s and
He's
70s?
like, he's like, if I was you, he's like, I would go knock him dead and just get to 130 pounds. Now he's a very muscular 6'1" lean guy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's done the 7-day fast multiple times, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very, I wouldn't say easy. It's just that they've done it so many times that they're like, you can do it. I've
Mm-hmm.
done it. But until I did 5-day fast twice, I would never say to someone, you could do a 5-day fast. Like, you have
Yeah.
to go through it. And then
Mm-hmm.
you kind of graduate to saying, well, you could do it, but
Mm-hmm.
I had to build up to that. And, males and females are different. And he's
Oh, yeah.
35
Yeah.
and he was a bodybuilder. And I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm just not.
Yeah. I recently said that in one of my videos, and I mean it. I'm really I want to seek out women who fasted and are have been doing it for a while.
A day OMAD is so easy.
Oh yeah.
And I feel great. So why change
Mm,
it? Like, I don't need to
yeah.
start eating 3 times a day again. Like, there's
No,
no
no,
point.
no.
I love it.
I
And
spend
if I feel like, oh, my pants are getting tight, I'll
Mhm,
go to a 48 and a couple pounds will be gone like that. So
mhm.
I just feel relaxed now. Like, I know what to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not in a rush to get to 130 pounds. I'll get there, but it might take a year, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's 40 more pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
45 pounds. Not
If
worried
you
about
even
it.
want to
I'm
get
not going to worry.
lean, because you
I
might
don't,
not even want to get that
yeah, I
lean
might not want
until
to.
you go.
I feel pretty great right now, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
if someone said you're going to be this way the rest of your life, I'd be like, all right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad. I feel great. My feet don't hurt.
That's
My
awesome.
back doesn't hurt. I just feel good. Like, Because when you're comparing 244 to 177, you do feel better. Like,
I gotta clap for you on that.
thank you. A weight's been lifted, literally. High five.
Awesome. I'm
Like,
saying.
I'm not sitting here thinking, woe is me, I got 45 pounds to lose. I'm like, I feel amazing. I think
Yeah.
I look cute. I think I look good. I like how I look in my clothes. I don't feel ugly. I don't feel ashamed. I feel pretty darn good. And I know people that are 350 right now that says, I wish I was 177.
Yes.
You know, so
Oh yeah.
I'm not too worried today.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I should be. I'm just not.
No, like you said, there's no need to worry. You know, you've
There's no
already.
need to worry. That doesn't help anything to worry. Like, it's
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you could think about it, but you don't have to worry. Like, you
It's
don't have to.
yeah. In my mind, I might be having a fat day or feeling fat, but then honestly, and this might be a little ugly, but you go outside and walk around, and it's like, you know what, I'm not that bad.
You're not.
I'm okay. I heard the other
Yeah,
day though that the average American woman is a size 16 now. Is
probably
that
right.
true? 16? I thought it was 14.
It's probably right.
Wow. I mean,
The
just
obesity epidemic is getting worse and worse. I live it, and I see people in public all the time. And they used to have to go to the circus to see an obese person as something to look at, like an exhibit, like elephants or tigers. To see an obese person, you had to go to the circus.
wow.
I got that. I got that from Taking Down Fat with C-Dub's video.
He's
Well,
doing great. He's
he's
climbing.
doing great. Pretty soon, you're going to have to go to the circus to see somebody who's at their goal weight, right? Like, I'm scared that it's shifting. To see a thin person will be like, you know, like that'll be like abnormal,
Like
and
that
I
movie
don't want that to
Wall-E.
happen. Like the movie Wall-E, I was just thinking that.
Mhm.
I watched that movie a couple times and went, oh my god, and make money off of it. But now I signed up to be a Healthy Wage affiliate, which means like for the rest of my life, I can get a link. Like I can put a link in my YouTube videos. If somebody signs up through it, I'll get $40 and they'll get $40, even though
Oh,
I'm done with my contest. And it's kind of like free advertising for them, and then I get like compensated.
oh, awesome.
And then I could sell my story to like the local news or to the Today Show, or you know, put together a cute video of my
Mhm.
progress and then send it into the news, and they could say, oh, local pharmacist loses weight
Mhm.
and wins $3,000 in a weight loss healthy wage. It's been on the news before. So if I wanted to send my stuff in, I could do that, you know. And they're basically saying you're called an affiliate now.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah. And I already recruited 6 people during my time, so I got $240 for that.
Wow.
No, I got 270 actually. I recruited 7 people. And I didn't even try. It was just from YouTube.
So if someone wants to sign up, where would they
Yeah.
sign up? So for you to
So
get it?
I would put the link in the end of the description of the video, and it would have a little link with my Healthy Wage number. They would click on my link, and that would send me $40, and they would get $40 added to their prize. So say I was supposed to win 2,600, this time I won 2,970 because I got the extra money from people signing up. I had 7 people sign up through
Wow.
seeing my story, and they clicked on my link on Facebook or on YouTube, and they registered to sign themselves up, and then they're in it for life, where they get $40.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like, even though I'm done with my
Yeah, I'm
contest,
gonna
I can still.
do
Yeah.
one. I'm
You want
gonna
to do